Who is going to contact you over Mercury Retrograde? We are just about to enter Mercury Retrograde on December the 13th, and this is very well known to be a time where people from the past reach out and get in contact. So let us have a look. Who is going to be reaching out to you, please? Who is going to be reaching out to the viewer, please? Over Mercury Retrograde. A couple more cards, please, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Page of Wands. How interesting. They showed up yesterday. And we have three major arcana here. The first of these cards was the High Priestess card. To me, this is saying that you may have a very good idea at who is about to reach out. The rocky waves here that make up the bottom part of her dress very much suggests a deep inner knowing, and there may have been some tumultuous emotions surrounding this relationship. There are numerous cards here that suggest that there may be physical distance between you, as does this ship. I love how she has this little shell as her neck piece. For those that have ever been to the ocean, do you remember picking up shells and holding them to your ear so that you could hear the sounds of the sea? It is like this as the High Priestess, that you get this very faint knowing and hearing, the picking up of distant energy. For many, our gifts have been awakened and very much sharpened. The curtains or the veils are being opened. For you, there will be no surprises as this person reaches out. The person who is coming in may be trying to break free from a situation. This could be a physical situation or even a mindset and mental entrapment. The tattoo of the battle on their belly sits right over the root and the sacral chakra, which can speak of fears and their place within society. But we see that they have this ability to break free. The illustration here is of the strong man. Therefore, they have everything within them to do what is required to be in alignment with their soul. This is someone who has watched you very closely. As I had mentioned yesterday, we have the parrot and we have the toucan, which as totem animals encourage one to speak up and to use their voice. This is someone who has the ability to be incredibly successful. They are adventurous and have fire and passion within them. As the magician, they may be a master manifester. This is someone who believes in themselves. They are very motivated, capable, and optimistic. The freedom that they have been seeking is here within these two cards. We have the green geranium leaves, the green fields, the ferns and the crocodiles, her dress and even the trim on her hat. This represents new beginnings and prosperity. With the Fool card, this is saying that they are going to take a risk. With the High Priestess here, they also may be very guided to take this risk. I am sure that many of you can relate when our intuition or spirit has told us to do something, and you may not know the full outcome. It is almost like jumping off the edge and trusting. And this is what this person is about to do. Also interesting to note, the Magician and the High Priestess are counterparts. For those that have seen my readings before and have seen me use this particular deck, there is something about this particular card that reminds me of New Year. Perhaps it's this little party hat. We will still be in Mercury retrograde until after the new year. So for some of you, that may give an indication of timing. You have been the motivation for this person's shifts and changes. Why do I say that? Look at how this flower is being dangled in front of the hummingbird, like a carrot on a stick. The driving momentum and the driving force behind all of this has been you. Whether you accept is another thing entirely, but just to show that there is movement that is happening. Let us look more at this person. Spirit, the person who is coming forward during Mercury retrograde, for the viewer, please. What do we need to know? What would you like us to know about this person, please? Okay, bottom of the deck energy, we have the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Ten of Wands. The combination of the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands is showing that this is a person who has worked extremely hard. Perhaps some of these struggles and some of these obstacles have potentially been financial. And this person is working on success to become a leader and a provider. It's interesting because if we note here, the deer is looking back, indicating that there is something from their past that they are wanting. And the Ace of Cups speaks of this new beginning. Traditionally, this is a card of unconditional love and perhaps a rebirth of a love, as we see all of the butterflies which speak of transformation. It's interesting as I don't feel like the Queen of Swords is actually their energy or yours. With this telescope, to me it feels like there is somebody else who is watching them, almost watching their every move, in potentially a critical way. So it is an interesting situation for sure. Someone who is watching you, who wants to remove themselves from a specific situation or challenge. This is somebody whose energy you can pick up on, and they in turn may be being very guided in their next moves. It may take a leap of faith from their part, and you definitely are the motivation. This person has been working extremely hard. If you would like to learn who may be reaching out to you during this Mercury retrograde, this is very much a time of people looking inwards, reminiscing and looking at where their lives could change so that they could be more in alignment with themselves. Then there is a link in my bio to private readings.